Hey everybody, it's Marie Haynes here. Today's episode is going to probably be a little bit on the noisy side as I'm currently in the Ottawa airport on my way to Engage in Portland and then SMX in San Jose. So I've got a lot of traveling ahead of me today. But I wanted to get this episode out for those of you who are relying on this as a source of Google news. So let's talk about the last couple of weeks and what Google has done. For those of you who are new to this format, this is the video format of my newsletter. You can reach the full newsletter at mariehaynes.com/newsletter. There's a paid version and also a free version. What we're going to talk about right now is the free version. So let's talk about algorithm updates. And it gets harder and harder now to determine when Google's done an algorithm update. But there definitely was something on February 20th. And I would say that this was a really sizable update. Barry Schwartz wrote a good article about it on Search Engine Roundtable. And you can see that there were, at the time of me writing my newsletter, there were 87 comments, which is usually a good indication that something significant had happened. A number of the comments, there was really nothing specific. At this point, I'm saying that it's probably a quality update, just like most updates are. Looking through my own clients' data, now some of these are I have permission to share, and some of them I'm using SEMrush data. I have a number of clients, and these are all clients that have been making very, very big improvements in quality that you can see saw improvements on February 20th. This is February 20th. It was this is one of our ongoing SEO clients, which we're quite pleased with. This client has seen changes with Fred, improvements with subsequent quality updates, and then it looks like things are up again on February 20th. And then here's another that is seeing a change in February 20th. I actually didn't see, of all the sites that I monitor, which are quite a few, I actually didn't see any that saw a decrease on February 20th. But I know if some sites are seeing increases, there are some that are seeing decreases. So if you did see a decrease, I'd love for you to let me know, as it would be good to know what kind of factors Google was looking at in this update. There may possibly have been an update, a significant update around March 1st or 2nd. There was some discussion on Search Engine Roundtable. I did not see any obvious changes in the data that I have, so we'll keep an eye on that. Something to know now for those who have upgraded to the latest version of Chrome. Chrome is now filtering ads. I haven't seen this live in action yet, and it seems to be targeted at sites that have extremely obviously annoying ads. So if you have very large pop-ups or instant playing videos, things like that. So again, it's something where I'm sure we'll see the fallout of this over the next few weeks, but at this point this is a fairly new thing. And not everybody is upgraded to the new version of Chrome as well. So we may see more sites that are seeing their ads filtered out. And this is all in an effort to make things better for users. I mean, none of us like to see those annoying ads anyways, but good ads should not be affected. Google has announced that they're making changes to featured snippets. Now, the featured snippet algorithm is one that is changing all the time. So we had a few clients where we were working hard to get featured snippets, and in several cases we got quite a few featured snippets, and now we're finding it harder to win those again. And so I think Google is making changes all the time. This change is, they're saying that they're going to be showing multiple answers. Now, last week Bing came out and said they're doing multiple answers. I can't remember, Bing had a different name for it, but anyways, this is something interesting. So I haven't seen this live in action yet. I don't really think anything changes. I think it gives more people the opportunity for a featured snippet, and in most cases, sites with featured snippets do really, really well. So that's something we'll keep an eye on as well. PubCon Austin, this was my first time at this conference, and it was fantastic. It's just a one-day conference. I know PubCon Florida is coming up, and I won't be there this year, but it's a really, really good conference as well. I had the chance to speak with Gary Ish from Google, and it was fantastic. Gary did, he answered every question that I had, and unfortunately I can't share all of that with you, but if you are a paid member, there's a lot of stuff in my newsletter about what Gary shared with me. A lot of this is about EAT, experience, authoritativeness, and trust. And I'll tell you, this is something that is really, really important to rankings now. I can tell you that EAT is largely based on off-site mentions. And so what I mean by that is if you have a business and no one is talking about your business, you have no reviews, your only online presence is stuff that you've done yourself, it's going to be hard to rank. And so that's something where I would highly recommend that you work on EAT, and you work on really EAT. A lot of it is PR, is just getting people talking about your business, getting people to say, oh yeah, when you're looking at this subject, you want this website, and you want that website to be yours. We have a bunch of stuff on local SEO in the newsletter. Reserve with Google, it wasn't live in Canada. This is something where you can connect with a third party, and people can actually make appointments for your business right from the Google SERPs. So that's pretty exciting. There may possibly have been, I'm not sure if this is resolved yet, but a bug affecting Google My Business menu listings if you're a restaurant. And so if you're having trouble getting your menu listed, then this is something to look into. We noticed, a few of us noticed now that Google's now sending an email if somebody else adds a photo to your Google My Business listing. And so that's something interesting to know. Advice from Google on what to do if your Google My Business listing is suspended. So this does happen from time to time, and there are a number of steps that you can take to get it reinstated. And so Google has put together a little document to help you with that. I haven't tried this yet, but you can now apparently see Google Analytics data in your Google My Business dashboard. That might be something that is helpful for some of you who do local SEO. We talked about a couple of tools. I think this one would be really useful, although I couldn't actually get it to work for me. It's a tool that tells you where the unused CSS is on your site, because a lot of the time if you get like a theme and you're probably using only a small percentage of the CSS, that CSS that you're not using is still loaded by browsers, and so you can clear away CSS that's not being used. So I'm going to keep an eye on this, and hopefully I can get it to start working again for me. And I wanted to highlight what Glenn Alsop is doing on detailed.com. This is pretty cool. It's almost like a little link indexed where you can look at your topic, and it's not just SEO. There's stuff about cryptocurrency and all sorts of things. And it's a really good place to, I'm probably going to start using this to get articles to summarize for my newsletter as well. So thanks, Glenn, for putting this together. Jobs, I've just started writing about new jobs that I think are interesting. For this newsletter, all I have is one, and it's pretty interesting. If you want to come work with me, I have a team right now. There are 4 of us, and what we do most of the day is traffic drop assessments. So we look at websites that used to be performing well in Google, and then we try to figure out why are they not performing well again. We look at them through the eyes of the Quality Raters guidelines, and it really is a fun time. So my team helps me put this newsletter together, and we have a great time. It is a local position, so I will not take remote applicants, but if you're willing to move to the Ottawa area, then it's something that I think you'd really enjoy. One other thing, I was on a podcast, it's a video podcast quite a few months ago, I think it was last summer, with Matt Medeiros. He's just published it now. It's a really good refresher if you want to learn more about the basics of Panda, Penguin, and also Fred. So we talk about that there. There are some recommended reading articles, which if you're a paid member of the newsletter, I have a summary of each of these, and there are some other things in the paid version as well. So I am off now to Engage in Portland and then SMX in San Jose. If you're going to be at either of those conferences, I'd love for you to come and say hi. Tell me what you like or what I could improve about my newsletter. And I look forward to seeing some of you. Hope you have a great week and hope that everybody's rankings are improving.